All I'm doing is hitting the record button, and we're going to do a decode on the fly right now. Window is open. I'm a little bit woozy, still kind of tired. I don't know how today's going to go. I hear like an airplane or a helicopter out there. I'm just chilling. What's going on with the trending news? I have the Lou Holtz breakdown coming soon with his death. I'm also working on the letter G decode that will be on the original Math 2Con channel. I have that one underway. But right now, trending news, it's going to make me type it. It's going to make me type it right here. Okay, and so nothing just amazing that hits right here. Here's somebody named Nancy with Tim Walls trending. Remember, Nancy Guthrie is missing, Savannah's mom. So look, there's another Nancy right there trending. But let's scroll down. Yeah, usually AP pops up. Okay, it's down there, huh? It pops up a little differently now. Let's click on it and see. Do we get the same results? So we click on trending news. Okay, there's the Lou Holtz thing up there. It looks like Stefan Diggs is still trending. Maybe something to do with his court case with that assault. I don't really, we've looked at that recently. Let's see if there is there anything else. I told you that I just hit record here. So I guess I can go ahead and turn my phone down, right? So let me turn my phone down. So what do we have here for the news? Toss the phone on the charger real quick. Okay, 88%. I think that's good. But, let's see if we can get that phone to 100. Let's see. Kind of a boring news day so far. Let's click on sports. Let's get can we have a nice, easy decode? That Lou Holtz thing is kind of a top sports story. Again, I'm working on that right now on the side. We already dropped the Catherine O'Hara video with her birthday that was yesterday. Rams Chiefs have agreed on a trade. I might have to look at that one. So let's look right here. So it looks like the Chiefs are trading Trent McDuffie to the Rams. I've never heard of the character. Here he is right here. What number jersey is that? Not sure. So here's it looks like it may be like a 22 possibly on his jersey right there. Let's pull him up on Google. Let's see, McDuffie. Let's click on it right here. He's got the Tupac death anniversary as his birthday right here. Okay, so this guy was born on Tupac's, and he's got the 22 on his jersey. So right away we see that this is a fake world. There's a 21 also, but the 22 is what pops up right there. So right away we're seeing the fakeness of this world immediately with that 22 and that Tupac connection, right? So this is 100% organic, how you see this decode right in front of your face, okay? That we immediately get a Tupac connection, and it helps that I'm well schooled in knowing this information, okay? Because I right away I see September 13, and you know what? 13, that's the 9th month and the 13th day. So 9 plus 13 is 22, isn't it? It is. You see, and he's born in 2000. That's another 2. So easy money here. Okay, my wish comes true of a nice, easy decode here. I'm just putting together one slide for you to see. And I'll use like a Tupac poster because we'll get the 2 here. That looks like a good one right there. And I'll just show you simply what I put together here. So amazing, huh? And there might be more as well. Ugh, that's not the best image right there. I'm trying to see if I can. Weak image. All right. Well, I'm looking for a better Tupac poster. I want to see the number 2, but that may not be. All right, that'll work right there. Let me see. Gosh, I got to go all the way to eBay to find a non-blurry photo, and I think I found one. Okay, so look, I want you to see what I'm doing here. So look at this. Check that out. Boom. Right there. That, I think that works. Yeah, that works right there. So check this out. Look at that right there. So Trent McDuffie, 22 on his jersey, birthday, Tupac's death date anniversary. And dude is born in 2000, which is like 2, 9th month, 13th day. 9 plus 13 is 22. Isn't that amazing? God, that's amazing. Okay? So there's one aspect of the decode right there. One aspect of the decode. Now, what day is associated with this article? The Kansas City Chiefs and Los Angeles Rams. Tupac has that LA connection. Okay? To live and die in LA. It's the place to be. Right? Trent has the T like Tupac as well. In exchange for several draft picks headed to the Chiefs, 3 people with the knowledge of these negotiations told the AP. The sources spoke anonymously Wednesday. So it's going to be how many days? It's going to be how many days after the birthday then? That's what we want to do here. Okay. So I have a date calculator that I'm slowly clicking on to pull up right here. And let's just see. So he's got the Tupac death date anniversary. Okay. And again, this is a hobby of mine. I'll never get major recognition for doing this. Anybody who gets thousands of views doing this, any of your top decoders, they are all sellouts to some degree, or they're affiliated with something that helps them get views on this platform, knowingly or not, right? That's just how it is. None of them could land like I land, and I've learned to accept that. So this has always just been a hobby of mine. So no sweat off of my back here. So Wednesday was the 4th. So this news hit 172 days after his birthday right there. There's like a little bit of Michael Jordan energy right there with the 17th day of the 2nd month, which is MJ's birthday. You get the 172. You know, MJ balled like Tupac. MJ was kind of big, pretty much at the same time as Tupac, right? So, and look, March 4th was the 63rd day of the year. Michael Jordan was born in 63. He's age 63 right now, and he scored 63 points in what I think was his most memorable game against the Celtics. And Michael Jordan is trending heavy. Okay? So how about that? Right? There's Michael Jordan right there. You see bald like Tupac. I wonder if there's an image. Tupac Shakur famously criticized Michael Jordan in the 90s for not using his wealth and influence to support impoverished black communities. Look at that. Oh, yeah, they're both kind of throwing up that west side, huh? Look at that. Amazing. Right there. Check that out. Okay, I'm back. I'm here. Look at that right there. You know, both known for the bald head. Incredible. And again, I never planned on bringing up Michael Jordan, and I never do in these. It's just when it lands, you know, got to bring it up, right? MJ, Tupac. Tupac died kind of as Michael Jordan was coming to the end of his career. And remember, Kobe Bryant drafted the year Tupac died as well. And that's another LA connection right there. So that's, you know, pretty amazing. Now let's just kind of go back over here real quick now. I'm just going to kind of pile on a little bit now. Not really necessary, but there's that Michael Jordan birthday, the 17th day of the second month. Oh, okay. So, yeah, Jordan's birthday is in the second month also. As I just caught that, February. And there's that 63 right there. And this news hit on the 63rd day of the year. Kansas City Chiefs, they got the red like the Chicago Bulls right there also. And they still got Super Bowl stuff up here, which is weird. Like it's trending or something. Maybe just because it's a football related story. I don't know. It's weird though. McDuffie right here. He's age 25. You know what? Didn't Tupac die at age 25? Shout out to Richard West. Because of Richard, I know that Tupac died at age 25. See that right there? You know, check that out. Even if there wasn't a story connecting these characters, it shows that people are like they're categorized by like the language and the numbers. Okay? Again, this guy's born on Tupac's 4-year death anniversary. Okay, and you see traded for multiple draft picks. He played college for the Washington Huskies. Remember, Jordan finished his career for the Washington Wizards, who would be more DC affiliated, right? And I think this is Washington, the state, but you still get that Washington connection. Pretty sure it's Washington, the state. And look at this. Washington Huskies has the 222 right there. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. God, so you got the Tupac, Jordan, McDuffie energy. McDuffie's got the M like Michael. There could be like a low-key Donald Trump connection here who's connected to Jordan. McDuffie, maybe like McDonald's. Possibly. This guy's a cornerback, by the way. All pro. Cornerback. Look at how cornerback has that 63 right there. And remember, this news hits on the 63rd day of the year. MJ, age 63, born in 63. Look at the 45. MJ came out of retirement wearing the 45. Okay, come on, right? Look, you see? I'm back. Look at that. Just completely undeniable here. That LA connection. Jordan won his first NBA championship against the LA Lakers. Check it out. We get the same numbers over here. Trent McDuffie even has the 63. Look at the 207 and 72. Remember MJ and the Bulls. Jordan and the Bulls won 72 games in a season. And what year was that? Was that 96 or 97? That was 95, 96. And remember Tupac dead in 96. The Bulls were 72 and 10. Check that out. You'll see the 207, 72 a lot with like LeBron James and a lot of records that have been broken and important milestone dates with big superstars in the NBA. I used to make a lot of short videos on those milestones on my original channel, and I used to hit on that date a lot, like February 7, things to that nature. So, man, everything we do here is just completely landing, right? So let's just go right here. So I'll probably just read just a little bit now and just see if anything else pops, but this is a slam dunk. So the sources spoke anonymously Wednesday because the trade wasn't finalized yet. Kansas City will receive 29th overall pick in the upcoming draft and a 5th round and 6th round pick this spring, along with a 3rd round pick. So this guy must be pretty decent headed to the Rams. The deal would fill the Rams' biggest roster. And the Ram is kind of like a bull, huh? Kind of get the horns. The Bulls with Jordan. Isn't that amazing? Right? Let's see. Let's see what Google says here. Let me see. How are Rams and Bulls related or connected? All of this is on the fly, y'all. Primarily connected through their classification as bovines, hooved mammals in the family Bovidae. Their shared symbolism of strength and power and their roles in agricultural and sacrificial history. That's amazing, man. Awesome. That's amazing for real. Look at this right here. I guess those are kind of like horns with the Rams. Let's see. Can we get a decent image or anything here? Isn't that amazing, man? Everything is scripted like that. Everything is scripted like that. And this guy is a 2-time Super Bowl champion as well. So that's another 2. And a strong coverage defender who also excelled in pressuring quarterbacks and delivering big hits during his first 4 NFL seasons. And remember, he's born on the 4-year anniversary of Tupac's death. Right? So it's just amazing. So yeah, here's another 2. Mahomes by boosting. Okay. With this extra draft capital, the Chiefs will attempt to pry open a second Super Bowl window for Mahomes by boosting the talent around him. Kansas City will also continue its recent tradition of parting ways with its best defensive backs when they reach eligibility for their second contracts. 2 years ago, Kansas City traded L'Jarius Sneed to Tennessee. So all of the 2s, man. And I think with that 172 days after his birthday, I think that lands with Mahomes or the Chiefs somewhere in the language as well. Here's that 172 days after his birthday again. If I'm not mistaken, that 172 lands, is it somewhere with Patrick Mahomes' name maybe? Well, Patrick Mahomes has 226 and 62. Jordan equals 26 and 62. Man, we're seeing these same numbers. I think we just saw 108 right there. And look, 126, Patrick LeVon Mahomes the second. That's Kobe Bryant's death date. I think Kansas City has the 172, or is it Chiefs? Look, 122 right there. That's Kobe Bryant's 81-point game on January 22nd. There's that 172 with Kansas City Chiefs, and there's the 260 like 26, Jordan 26 and 62. Kansas City Chiefs equals 172, and 172 days after McDuffie's birthday, this trade is announced with the Associated Press here. Look at that, man. Absolutely undeniable scripted story. I told you right when I hit record. I told you this is exactly what I'm going to do, and I did it. Rams, Chiefs have agreed on a trade to send this quarterback, Trent McDuffie, to the Rams. Undeniable script. Couldn't be done any better, really. Until next time, OTF on the fly.